10:06 at WFBQ Indianapolis, Q95. You're with Bob and Tom. Good morning.
This portion of our program brought to you by
the Welliver family of dealerships announcing their spring fire sale. Either they sell a ton of cars and trucks or the sales manager is fired.
Wow.
Wow,
That's rough.
That's an incentive right there, isn't it?
Serious.
Sell a car, we kill your kid.
this man needs to work.
Welliver's 3 locations are overloaded with a great selection of late model trucks, one-owner trucks, off-lease vehicles. Visit Martinsville, Mooresville, Lebanon, and find out how easy it is to own, and ask for the sales manager. He'll be the little sweaty guy thumbing through the help wanted section. Welliver, drive a little, save a lot.
Thank you, Chicks. You're looking for a cold one, mostly cloudy and very cold. Highs today about where we are right now, 21 degrees at our Fall Creek
Drive a little,
studios.
save a job.
This is the Bob and Tom Show. This is the Dick's Picks portion of our program. In the studio with us from the Broad Ripple Comedy Club, it is comedian Bobby Gaylor. Also, the Dicksters here with us.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome aboard, Bobby. You know, this is a show. It's a freewheeling show. It's a kind of a wild.
Today's been a freewheeling
Kind of a
show.
wild,
Kind of a
wacky,
wild,
sticking up your
crazy-
ass kind of a morning.
Yeah.
Damn right it is.
Damn straight.
One way to put it.
We've broken the record for the use of a certain term. We've had to beep several times. Now, our topic today is funny cigarette lighter stories, and the phones have been lighting up. Not to use a bad choice of words, but people are very excited about. They've got good lighter stories. So we're going to just get right to that, Dick. Now, you never smoked, did you, Dick?
No, I never did. I had every other bad habit, but not
There you
that
go.
one.
How did you never get into that one?
I don't know.
surprised.
I had every horrible
I was
habit.
usually
known to
happy and warm from the heroin rush.
How much higher can I get, man?
Didn't need a smoke.
I wonder if there's somebody out there who's really grossed out by smoking but that is addicted to heroin.
That's interesting.
I'm sure there is.
Wouldn't that
Well,
be
maybe
funny?
we could have heroin day.
No,
All right,
let's
so
not
anybody
do it.
listening, if you're addicted to,
No, we're doing
if you're
lighter.
addicted to the
I mean-
horse,
I mean,
but
can
you
you
hate
imagine-
smoking.
Can you imagine you go to a methadone clinic and someone goes, "Hey, you can't smoke here."
You got a little,
Hey man, that's sick. I was addicted, but not that bad.
you're doing a little Henry right now. Give us a call.
No. Our
little
topic is
Henry.
lighters. Let's go to the phones in the Dick's Pick Show. Find out your lighter stories.
All right.
And any good necrophiliac tales.
Morning, Bob.
Sure.
Quiet, please. Morning, Bob and Tom Show. Who's this?
This is Mike.
I'm sorry?
Mike.
Hi, Mike.
Hey,
How
Mike.
are you?
All right.
What's your story?
Well, about 10 years ago, my father-in-law passed away. I was wearing a nice corduroy suit to the wake, and I was nervous. I didn't know anybody there except, my wife and father-in-law. And I had a Bic lighter in my pocket, and I was kind of nervous, and I was kind of hitting the top of it. And next thing I knew, my pants were on fire. I was standing next to the casket, and somebody came over and said, "Hey, you're on fire." And because it took a while, for
He's going to hell. I knew he would.
I thought you were going to say you lost your lighter in the casket.
Nope, instead I lit my dick on fire.
So you lit
I turned the funeral into a magic show.
Left my pants.
So your pants are on fire. You're standing next to the casket. What did you do?
what did I do?
Yeah, how did you put it out?
How did I put it out? I started beating myself.
Wow.
You two.
Drop and roll.
And, and
Wow.
my wife came over to me and she goes, "What's wrong?" In her bereavement and everything.
What's that smell?
Well, I'm on fire, and I got it out. It's okay. Everything's all right. It just looked kind of funny with this big black smoke because it had actually gone through the corduroy pants, through the corduroy vest, or not the vest, but
Yeah.
on the jacket.
No,
It was wild.
the deceased wasn't cremated, was it?
Pardon me?
Was the deceased cremated later that day?
No.
Okay. I just want to say if this is a preview.
Kind of a wacky little preview.
Like today's show, ladies and gentlemen. Be here tomorrow.
Oh, God.
You don't want to miss the cremation.
Thanks
thank
very
you.
much.
Okay.
It's interesting he told that story because, I used to do magic tricks by the coffin to ease
Sure
the
you did.
bereavement of
Sure
the
you
relatives. And, the bad thing is I got fired from that job.
What? Now, what happened?
Well, because I do things like I'd produce a coin from behind the corpse's ear, show it off like that.
Sure.
And then one time I produced a cotton ball out of the corpse's ear, and the whole face collapsed.
There's nothing more.
No, I was mortified.
Will you be quiet?
When the decedent's head collapses.
Quiet.
Fine,
Let's
that's
move on.
good.
Morning, Bob and Tom Show. Who's this?
Hey, this is Bryce. How you guys doing this
Good, Bryce. What's your story?
Well, I was back in high school. I was coming home on the bus one day. It was May,
And it was back when Kiss was still real big, wearing the makeup, breathing fire.
Yeah.
All right.
So my brother figures out how he can get flame to shoot out of his mouth.
Sure.
So he takes his Bic lighter and he bends down and puts his head, he ducks his head between his legs because the wind's whipping in the bus, and he's filling his mouth up with butane. When it's nice and full, he sits up and he lights the lighter and he blows on the flame, and the flame shoots out a good couple feet right into the wind, blows right back in his face, took his eyebrows off, took his hair off about 3 inches back on top of his head. The driver's screaming, everybody on the bus. So.
Don't try that at home.
But,
Is your brother still with us?
yeah, he's still with us.
Okay,
We
good.
refer to him as cue ball.
Lex Luthor.
Oh, God.
Thanks for the story.
I'm sorry to be laughing. There's something about a teenager on fire that is not very funny, but that's a horrible story. See, we're
He's
trying-
going to be okay.
We're trying to get the funny stories.
But still.
We don't want to hear about people setting themselves on
You have to
fire.
admit, that's pretty impressive, shooting a 2-foot flame out of your
Oh,
mouth.
yeah.
Come
Well,
on.
let's face
Well,
it.
please
Bic
don't try
lighters-
that at home. That's very
Bic
dangerous.
lighters changed the whole lighting a fire thing. You know what I mean? No more matches. You just could wait for the right moment with that Bic lighter. Matches, I always scorched my nuts. I don't know how. Would you
Sure.
Be quiet.
That's an open flame, and that can cause
Let's
scorching.
move on. Quiet. Morning, Bob and Tom
Chestnuts
Show.
roasting on and on.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, who's this?
This is Stacy.
Hi, Stacy. What's your lighter story?
Well, I went to a Motley Crue show one time, and I had a friend of mine take my lighter and fix it so that you could make a big pyro out of it.
Uh-huh.
And
So at the end of the show, you could hold it up for the encore. That whole
He'd want Vince Neil to come back out.
yeah, pretty much.
Yep. So
And,
now I do everything left-handed.
So, quiet. What happened?
During one of the songs, and the whole band came over because they saw this big blaze that I had. And what happened was the lighter fluid ran down the side of the lighter, and the whole lighter was on fire. And when I released the button, it was still on fire. Mm-hmm. So everybody was checking it out while I dropped it in the seat in front of me,
Uh-oh.
and the seat was on fire.
We want more.
The lady next to me had a big giant Pepsi, and we took it and we doused it out with her Coke, and I felt like really stupid.
Girls.
Wow.
Is someone sitting there? No, it's on fire.
No, it's on fire. Thank you.
Well,
Hence the warning, no open flame.
Flames,
Right. Yeah.
No smoking.
No
at the concert.
smoking, no cameras, no open flame.
No saving seats either.
That's right.
All right, here we go. Morning, Bob and Tom Show. Who's this?
Hey, good morning. This is Todd.
Hi, Todd. What's your lighter story?
Well, it kind of started off the same way that the other guys did, with a bunch of us collecting lighters. You know,
Right.
we'd see them, we're all smokers, and we'd take somebody else's lighter and hang on to it. And it ended up getting so bad that we would, like, carve pictures into the lighters. Well, like we had, one of my friends had the black bass and stuff like that. It was just a black lighter, and he'd carve a fish into it. And these were, like, designated lighters that we were all supposed to try and end up with. So we'd, be out at a bar or something, and, you'd always ask each other, hey, you got a light, you got a light? And we always knew that we all had lighters, but we wanted to end up with, the designated black bass lighter, or there was the big buck.
So you all know that you're lighter thieves, and you were still that forgetful that you.
They were carving them, kind of like Bic Scrimshaw.
Yeah.
They were like sailors at sea.
Doesn't Bic Scrimshaw sound like a new TV series?
Hi, I'm Dick Scrimshaw.
Big Scrimshaw.
Lighter detective.
Well, thank you, sir.
Thanks a lot.
Just had Mexican food.
It's a great name.
Tom,
Bic
you've
Scrimshaw.
lit
Thank you.
a couple, haven't you? I know you don't like to admit it now,
Tom,
because being a family man, being a
Oh, in my day, I was
in your
among the-
day, you were
That's
at
right.
top of the heap.
I always wanted to start out a movie.
With a guy
No,
lighting a
just
fart.
you see this dark screen with the opening credits rolling over it, and you can hear some shuffling, or you don't know what's going on. Then all of a sudden,
You're a lighter.
you see a big
collector.
lighter, and then and then go to the first scene.
Sure, that's it.
Be a great way to open up a movie.
That could be your production company.
That
You
was,
could
I
call it
believe,
like-
Tom and I were
That could be your
roommates
logo.
for.
Fletcher Lights.
We were roommates for probably 2 weeks, and Tom's
Before
on
he
the
lit
couch
his
one
first
day. And
one?
he goes, Throw me your lighter. Throw me your lighter. And I figured, all right, he needs to have a cigarette. So I throw him my lighter. He grabs the lighter, throws his arm, and throws his ass way up in the air. His knees are touching his forehead, and all of it is
Yes.
wow.
Flame on.
There you go.
See,
Welcome
people
to
don't
the frat
people
house.
don't believe that can
Is
be
there
done.
No, I think
Uh,
that's spectacular.
Is there any
Hurry up,
danger?
get the marshmallows.
Is there any danger of that flame going back up
Well,
into your
supposedly
body? at
There's
all,
a
or-
slight danger.
There's always.
I was going to say because the methane, it doesn't know where to stop
Right.
burning the methane.
No.
Yeah, but you know what? There's always the one story of somebody that knew a kid. The flame went back up his ass, burnt him out. You know.
A friend of mine, B. Paul Moore, he did the same thing, lit one, but he was wearing cutoffs that had frayed on the end. He had lit the flame and it caught the pants on fire, and he was jumping
Drop and
around.
roll.
Hilarious.
So now it's turning into one of those bad junior high school films. Okay, today, class, we're going to find out why you shouldn't be lighting your flatulence.
Poor Billy lit his
Here we have little Bick Scrimshaw. Look at the terrible scarring
in a
on his legs.
wheelchair. Why he
So
lit
now,
a fire?
after you light that, is there any odor, or does it burn off?
It burns pretty quick.
And the stink burns right with it, man. Everything goes.
That's why they put a flame on the oil refineries.
Really?
Same principle.
Stink.
That's
Yeah,
how they
because
do it.
the oil refinery's farting, and it's burning it up.
You know, the thing is, see, there's a lot of women listening. You have no idea. A lot of women just never got into lighting their own farts. You know what I mean? They didn't. Know
I
what
bet
they
you
were
know there's a
listening.
girl out there that has.
Oh yeah, I'll bet you she did.
Oh, yeah, there's a couple of
We
them.
have to
you
find
go.
some, and we have to find them right now.
Maybe she can be the opening of the movie.
Yeah, there you go.
Yes.
Make it even funnier. Tom.
Start on a tight
Well, you know-
close-up, and then pull back, and it's some
Dick,
chick
you
with her
can back
legs
me up
up.
on this physiologically.
We
There
have
is some sort of
3 more
process
calls.
that
Okay, we
women go
have more
through.
lighter stories.
Oh boy,
Let's take our last
From
3
there.
calls here. Morning, Bob and Tom Show. Who's this?
Hi, this is Mark.
Hi, Mark. Are you in a bathroom?
Well, I'm down in the basement, yeah.
Okay. What's your lighter? What's your
There's
lighter
your story.
It's great news.
A friend of mine and I had to go out and change his girlfriend's tire one night, and it was real dark, and we had to put a can of Fix-A-Plat in the donut tire. Well, all this stuff started oozing out around the tire, and they have a little warning sticker on there, and he was trying to read the warning sticker, and he lights his lighter up, and this flame shoots up over top of his hand. He was trying to block it from the wind, and shoots up over top of his hand and hits this Fix-A-Plat, catches the tire on fire, catches his face on fire. He's got a beard.
not anymore.
Not anymore. He was just rolling around the ground. I couldn't stop laughing.
Wow,
You are a true
Yeah,
friend.
what a friend.
I couldn't get his face out fast enough.
that's what all friends do,
Doesn't
man.
that sounds like something I do.
That's scary. Yeah, it does.
You got
look
to point and laugh. Remember, that's what happened to
Thanks for the call.
the guy that played Grizzly Adams. That happened to him. Remember, he was drinking lighted shots of liquor, and he
yes.
totally his whole beard
Yeah.
burnt up.
Right.
The guy that played there had a few problems.
Yeah.
Before
Yeah.
it was a call for help.
Wasn't he? He was doing a little Henry, wasn't he?
He was having some
I think
problems.
he
I think he had a cocaine.
Because I think the bear hurt him once, and he was doing it for the pain.
It was a painkiller.
And you got a big beard like that, like Santa Claus, and you're drinking flaming shots. What the hell's wrong with
You're
you?
Dan Haggerty. Your
Yeah.
career's in the toilet, and
You know?
you're doing
You
flaming
just-
shots.
Yeah. Just drink the whiskey and stick your face right into the candle.
All right, let's move on here. Morning, Bob and Tom Show. Who's this?
Yeah, this is Tom Brown.
Hi, Tom. What's your lighter story?
Oh, man, I tell you what, it goes back to about 1972. Actually, my brother was in the smoking lounge at high school, and prom queen had come up and asked him for a light. Well, you know, my brother is a computer geek, chemist. He thought this was the best thing could ever happen to him. Didn't have a lighter. His buddy handed him a lighter, happened to be a concert lighter. Shot out about a 4-foot flame when she bent over to have her cigarette lit.
Needless to say, she returned her crown that afternoon.
So wait a second.
Now, what is a
did he
concert
set,
like?
Did he set her head on fire?
What happened?
Oh, man, yeah, sure enough. He was an Eagle Scout, so he wrestled her to the ground, put her hair out.
What with the hairspray
What
on?
high school had a smoking lounge in 1972 for the students?
This would have been in the Chicago area, Schaumburg High.
Wow.
Is that a public high or a?
I don't really know, buddy. Couldn't tell you.
My high school used to have a smoking room.
Really?
Oh yeah,
But
Then
I would
then
check
then
most
they,
of the
then they
high-
finally got rid of it.
Yeah, most of high schools in the 70s kind of
Seniors only.
cut that
Teachers
out.
Lounge.
Yeah.
Teachers lounge.
Oh,
Yeah.
and of course they made it like the worst kind of dungeon.
And what
By
is
the way, did the prom queen never talk to your brother again?
Oh, man. Needless to say, no way. She had the Sinead O'Connor look.
Wow.
God, that's a great story.
That's a great way to score with chicks in the burn ward.
Thanks a lot.
Man, oh, man.
Telling you.
Thanks
Who
for
else,
calling.
who else would want to date him? First I maim him, then I ask him out.
They will love me forever. Me and only me.
Hey, it's Doc. Still got that tasty prom
No one
queen
will
body.
no one will love you now.
Phantom of the high school.
There you go. I try not to reach above the
Phantom of the
neck.
opera.
Let's do our last one here. Morning, Bob and Tom Show. Who's this?
Good morning. This is John.
Hi, John. What's your lighter story?
Well, several years ago, actually more than that, when I was a regular Scotch drinker, my roommate and I decided to go out and have dinner. It was about 7 o'clock in the evening. About 1 o'clock in the morning, we were still having some drinks before dinner, and another friend of ours that managed a local bar had come in and said he was going to have a private party and opened up the place to a few of the people there in the bar where we were. And we ended up partying for a couple more hours, and he got into, my roommate who drove got into a conversation with the manager of the bar. And so while he was talking, I thought, well, I'm going to go back and try to find something to eat in the kitchen. We had never eaten. And I ended up getting locked into the freezer and could not get out. There was a heavy plastic cover bolted over the button to unlock the door, inside.
Mm-hmm.
And I ended up being in the freezer for about 4.5, 5 hours, and realized as I was standing there waiting to freeze to death that I had my cigarettes and Bic lighter with me. And I melted the button, basically the button cover on the door, and was able to get out finally.
After 5 hours?
Yeah, after 5 hours.
So this is like you were saved by your lighter.
Yeah, it basically was.
Did it occur to you that you might be burning off all the oxygen?
Well, it...
and, some plastic burning, some fumes. And
well, at that point in time, I figured, hey, it's better than...
Yeah, it's my life. Who cares about the smoked fish?
Smoked milk.
Smoked milk, smoked everything.
Well, I'm glad that your lighter saved your
What are you
life.
drinking these days, by the way?
Not much of anything, actually. Coca-Cola once in a while.
Okay.
Okay.
Just wondering, when you judge your life in the Scotch years, I wonder what came after that. Thanks for calling.
Hey, thank you.
Bye.
Thank you very much. Well, this is, believe it or not, a sponsored portion of our
I
program.
don't believe it.
This mayhem is sponsored by Pro Golf. They're proud to celebrate 25 years in Indianapolis. And it's not because they went out of business in another town either, chick. It's 25 years in Indianapolis, proud years, Pro
That's
Golf.
right.
The best prices are at Pro Golf. Let's say right now you're thinking to yourself, I need some golf equipment. Maybe I'll go somewhere else. Can you imagine the feeling of remorse and downright stupidity and self-loathing you'll feel afterwards, chick, if you don't go to Pro Golf?
It'll flood over you.
They got the brand new 96 equipment. It's been introduced. It's arriving daily, including the new Callaway TaylorMade Nicholas Cobra and much more. 5 Indy locations for equipment, apparel, and accessories. Pro Golf. They don't really have enough golfing sex toys, Tom. You would think.
And that'll be the topic of your show
Golfing
when we take
sex
a break.
toys?
Yeah, you would think that would lend itself with
I
the...
think pretty much anything that goes with golf could be used as a sex toy.
Exactly.
Yeah, so I don't think they need to make...
You mean like a
the-
rotating driver head or
That'd be
something?
good.
The glove.
Something.
What about that thing you get your balls out of the water with?
Oh,
That's right.
yeah.
Oh, the thing
The
you wash
ball
your balls
retriever?
in.
You just
Yeah.
scoop it
Right
out.
The ball washer.
just get a scoop of that.
What about
nasty
the hole?
There
Yeah.
you go.
Like what about Benoit Titleists? They just don't have them.
There you
As
go.
fascinating as that is,
Ben
I
Watt.
I know what you're
I
saying.
have to run.
We're out
Anybody
of
can
here.
handle that.
Well, what a note to leave it on.
Thanks,
And
Bobby,
thanks,
for being our
Bobby.
guest.
Hey, my pleasure, everybody.
Bobby's at
Rod
the Broad
Ripple,
Ripple
come on
Comedy Club.
down.
Okay, this is the Bob and Tom Show.